It is Friday, July 31st. Welcome in. We have a full MLB slate to get to. Moneyline plays, player props, a bunch to run through. I'm going to go through all my favorite picks for tonight. Also, trade deadline is right now, essentially. There's so much buzz. Guys getting scratched, so we'll have to pay attention to all of that as we dive in here to all the plays. I will start down here over on Twitter. Straight play of the day, Sonny Gray cashed last night with over the 4.5 Ks. I'm running it back with over 4.5 strikeouts with Brandon Young. He's facing the Phillies tonight, who strike out a ton. 7th worst in the MLB in strikeouts. They also are worse on the road. Young has kind of been underrated this season, 5+ Ks in 6 straight starts. So I have some confidence that he can get it done, especially against a team like the Phillies who strike out a ton. So that's a straight play I like tonight. Also got player props, moneyline plays. We'll dive into those. I'll start with the player props here. Three guys, 1 pitcher, 2 hitters tonight. I'll start with Dylan Cease. Over 7.5 Ks. He's had 7 or more strikeouts in 13 straight starts. It's been a pretty incredible stretch there for Dylan Cease, but he's up against the St. Louis Cardinals tonight. It's going to be a tough matchup. They don't strike out a ton, but he has shown that he can strike some teams out, like the Rays, who don't strike out a lot in this stretch. So I think he can definitely do it. He's in the parlay tonight. So Dylan Cease over 7.5 strikeouts. It's a lot, but he's been really dominant as of late. It's also at home in Toronto. I like that play a ton tonight. Another good matchup I found, Jonathan Aranda over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs tonight. He's been struggling a little bit at the plate, but the Rays have been hot. He's also batting over 300 at home and significantly better against right-handed pitching, and he will get both of those later tonight. Eric Fetty has struggled for the White Sox. He's going to start in Tampa Bay against the Rays, and I think Aranda can capitalize on this. He's done well against him also, I believe, in the past. So Jonathan Aranda over the 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. That is the one I left out of the parlay. I am going Cease and Jeremy Pena, who I will get to now, if I can click right. Jeremy Pena has hit really well off of the starter tonight. Nathan Eovaldi will start for Texas. He is hitting 300 with 2 home runs, over 300, I believe, with 2 home runs against Nathan Eovaldi in his career. He's also been extremely hot at the plate, batting .424, 14 hits, 4 home runs in his last 7 games. So Jeremy Pena has been super hot for the Astros. I think this is a relatively safe play. He does bat leadoff for the Astros, which is like the only concern with the over hits, runs, and RBIs, but I think he could definitely get on, score a run, possibly even in the first inning against Eovaldi. So those are 3 player props I'm into tonight. Strikeout hit rates also are posted. Kind of a short list tonight, but a bunch of solid options with high totals, 7, 6 Ks. So a couple really good names, Skeens, Cease, Ranger Suarez on here as well. All right, let's get to the moneyline plays. These have been super hot. We went 3 for 3 last night. Hopefully we can do something similar tonight. Tampa Bay, I'm going with the Rays moneyline again. I've been picking them a ton, but they're hot and they're really good this season. They've won 8 of their last 10. Nick Martinez has been pretty good. He'll start for them tonight. 7-1 record with a 2.78 ERA at home this year. You can't really beat that. You cannot really beat that, especially with the offense. And they've won 8 of 10. So they are playing a tough White Sox team. But I mentioned Eric Fetty earlier. He's kind of struggled on the road, 5.4 ERA. It's been much worse than at home. So I think this Rays lineup should be able to capitalize on that. Hopefully they can in Tampa tonight. They are the team that got left out of the two-leg parlay tonight. I'm going with the Brewers and the Mariners, who I will get to now. Brewers just have a really good matchup. They're playing the Angels. They are a tough team to watch. Shane Drohan also on the mound for the Brewers. Been really, really solid this year for them. Obviously, the Brewers offense is solid too, but I like Drohan. It's a good matchup for him. Struggling Angels lineup. A couple guys could possibly get traded. And they're also starting Ryan Johnson tonight, who I believe has an ERA up in like the 6 or 7s on the season. So Brewers should be able to score some runs. Drohan should be able to shut the Angels down. I think this is a solid play. They are favored too. So, and then last one of the night, late game, Mariners money line. Their offense has struggled at times this season, but Bryce Miller, 0.95 ERA at home through 5 starts this season, and they're up against the Twins without Byron Buxton. Twins are like semi going for it and semi not going for it, I guess, at the deadline. But without Buxton in the lineup, there's not much firepower. Just trusting Bryce Miller tonight, honestly, at home. He's been pretty much incredible for them so far. And Mariners, hopefully they can score a couple runs. I honestly don't even know who's starting for the Twins, but it's not Joe Ryan. Let's actually look at that. I know it's not Joe Ryan. Zebby Matthews. Okay, Zebby Matthews has been okay, but it is on the road. I'm sure he's worse on the road. 83% of the bets are on Seattle money line tonight. So I'm with the public on this one. They're actually healthy now. They've got Julio. They've got Arozarena. They've got Raleigh. They're actually healthy all at once for probably the first time this season. So I like Seattle there. And then let's check out some of the other money line plays here. Tampa is a slight favorite tonight. Yeah, 83% of the bets are on Tampa tonight. I do expect them to beat the White Sox. White Sox have a couple good hitters, but same with the Rays. And the Rays have the better starter tonight, so I'm going to go with them. And then other game, Brewers. Brewers are definitely favored in this one. I'm sure, 90% of the bets are on Milwaukee tonight with Drohan on the mound against Ryan Johnson. Honestly, I don't see a way the Angels really win this game except for if there's a couple home runs or something odd happens. But Brewers lineup has been good. They've been hot, so I will go with the Brewers tonight. Then if we bounce back over here, these are the parlays. So hitter-pitcher parlay is actually really good odds, 20 to win 73 on this one. Dylan Cease over the 7.5 Ks, and then Jeremy Pena, as we talked about, over the 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. So I feel like there's really solid odds there, and two great players for tonight. And then money line play, Mariners and Brewers on the money line, 20 to win 50, pretty much just a quick double up, and we're going for 2 straight tonight. We cashed last night. Hopefully we can cash once again later tonight. I'm going to run through a couple other teams here, give out some other teams I like a little bit. I would lean a little bit. Pirates with Skeens on the mound, I would have them favored like the books do as well. So I would probably lean Pirates there. I'm staying away from the Phillies at this point against the Orioles. The Blue Jays should win this game, although there's some weird home and away splits for Dylan Cease. So I could see the Cardinals actually covering the 1.5 if you wanted to play that for the Blue Jays and Cardinals game. Miami probably should be the favorite at this point over the Mets. I know Freddie Peralta got scratched tonight. Miami's actually pretty good. The Mets are not. So even with Jansen Junk on the mound, I think the Marlins have a legit shot at winning that game. Yeah, I'm not liking really any other ones. Maybe the Astros with Hunter Brown on the mound against the Rangers. I believe their records are about the same. But Hunter Brown's probably the better starter here. So I'd lean Astros over the Rangers tonight. And then probably these other ones like Detroit Athletics, I'd stay away. Giants, Padres, I'd stay away. I like Seattle tonight. You could go Boston plus the 1.5. It is minus 194. Maybe on the money line with Ranger Suarez on the mound. That could be a fun play, especially plus money play there. That I would maybe lean. The Dodgers offense is just so scary to bet against at this point. So other than those, I would probably stay away. If you did miss any of the parlays, they are right over here on Twitter. So feel free to hop over here and scroll through the page. We got hit rates, player props, and obviously the money line plays as always. So don't hesitate to hop over here, hit the follow, on the road to 3K on Twitter. So I've been enjoying putting out props, picks, and we've been hitting a ton. So I'm going to keep it coming. And then I did want to look at some trade news because there's been so much news going on recently, or just things thrown out there. So I'm going to go on underdog. McClanahan, that's a huge loss going on the IL for the Rays. That's going to be a tough loss, a tough pitcher to replace tonight. So I'd look out for maybe the Rays to make a move. I don't know if it's going to be like a Scooble type move, but I think they could do something. Freddie Peralta, like I said, was scratched from that start just because of trade interest, which is interesting. I expect the Mets to kind of unload, like Luke Weaver, Brazabon, all up for, I guess, trade. It seems like Hunter Goodman is not going to get traded. I think a lot of people thought he would get traded, but I think they might keep him. Mason Miller, I would not. If I was the Padres, I'm definitely not trading Mason Miller. I talked about that on yesterday's stream, but I just think you just traded for Mason Miller. Why get rid of him at this point? Brewers and Rays are not gonna include their top prospects in Tarek Skubal. I feel like Skubal's gonna end up probably on the Dodgers. I don't know what you all think, but I'm assuming he's just gonna end up on the Dodgers. Let's see if we got anything else crazy. Like I said, the Twins are kind of going for it. I guess they're looking for bullpen help. Brewers should probably just go for it. Their team is pretty solid. If they can get another starter or maybe some bullpen help, I think they could definitely go all the way, or at least fight for the NL with the Dodgers there. Yeah, Hunter Green not available. I kind of expected that. Marlins will listen on everyone. I don't know. Marlins are good, but I guess they're kind of up for sale too. But bunch of news. I'm sure we'll have a bunch of stuff on Monday's stream. That'll be interesting when we come back from the weekend and stream on Monday. There probably will be a bunch of news to get to. But other than that, picks, plays are out on Twitter. If you are watching over here on YouTube and haven't hit the subscribe button already, it helps a ton if you do that, and it's completely free. So hit the like button, subscribe for more Monday through Friday. We'll be back Monday with some more picks and plays, and have a great weekend, everybody.